From the Rope Breaker Wrestling Podcast, I'm elderly and pissed here with a special guest, Ja. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm not dead yet, so I'm here.
Yeah, it's nice.
So this year marks, it happened, 30 years of the
30.
kickoff to the Attitude Era, 30 years to the kickoff of the NWO and Stone Cold Steve Austin. 30 years.
Years.
Man, Stone Cold Steve Austin and the creation of the NWO, to me, are the base of what professional wrestling has been and what it pretty much still is to this day, because it transformed. It put an attitude and a realistic view in most people's thoughts of professional wrestling. On July 7th is when Hogan turned heel, and June 26th is when Stone Cold Steve Austin said Austin 316, and I just whooped your ass by winning the King of the Ring and defeating Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah, that's who it was. It was Jake the Snake Roberts.
Remember, Jake?
There's the King of the Ring. Yeah, that's right. He was talking to 516 Austin.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, who was he wrestling? What the hell was he doing? Yeah.
He gave up the snake of Damien and picked up the yellow snake, Revelation.
Yes. The born again Christian.
Yeah, it was a wild time in professional wrestling with Stone Cold Steve Austin and
It was a good time.
Roberts. But tell me about what you remember when you first started watching it. Because how old were you, number one? And what did you think when you saw that wrestling was changing? There was cursing, there was middle fingers. What were you thinking?
I was young. I was, I want to say 6, maybe 7 years old in grade school. You know, you talking about NWO, and they were coming up spray paint people on the back and messing with my favorite wrestlers at the time. You know, I was a Goldberg fan at the time for whatever reason. And, you know, just they made the heel cool.
Yes.
Almost. They made being the bad guy cool. I didn't like any heels until, like, when you say that, you know, Kevin Nash and Hogan and I almost said Sting, but Sting wasn't in the NWO. He was just black and white. But I like
Sting was in the Wolfpack eventually, but that was when
was he in the Wolfpack?
They were good
guys. Yeah, they were good guys. That was Wolfpack. Wolfpack was different, wasn't it? Yeah. See, so I remember very vaguely of like, I was still very young. But before that, when I would see clips of wrestling, it definitely didn't resemble anything of what I was seeing at that time. You know, watching it would almost look like superheroes and comic books. And you know, you rooted for the bad guy to lose. You rooted for the good guy to win. Man. After that shift into the attitude era, I really noticed myself. I don't want to say attitude era. I don't want to do that and stuff. But I noticed myself rooting more for the bad guy. I don't know if it's, you know, that doesn't really say much, but I really was like, oh man, that guy's kind of cool, dude. He doesn't like authority. I don't like authority either. I'm just a little, you know, that's funny. He just said F you to his boss, middle finger to his boss, covered him in beer and walked out and still has a job. That's cool. That's so cool, you know. I thought it was a good time.
I agree with you. For me, I can say this. Austin never really resonated with me. I know it's a big shocker to everyone, but Austin didn't resonate with me. The Rock resonated with me. A little bit more melanin. You know, now stuff that I would wear, like even as a grown man now, and he came out with a Versace shirt, a button down. You know, he would come out with loafers on and slacks, cool stuff, you know, a Rolex. You know, that wasn't really Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, The Rock drove a Lincoln. I didn't want to drive a pickup truck.
So cold wasn't that deep.
And you know, I don't want to make it racist, but I'm not white. I'm not white, but I'm sure not white.
That's a valid situation. That's a valid point.
Now, granted, my favorite wrestler of all time was definitely white, definitely a racist, but that wasn't known then. And he was, and I feel like Hollywood, Hulk Hogan was. I'm a loyalist. So if I was a Hogan fan as a child. So when I became a teenager, because I was like 13 years old when the NWO and Stone Cold Steve Austin happened. When Hogan turned heel, everybody was booing. I said, well, I'm not fickle. You know, Hulk Hogan is the reason I like this. He's the guy that I gravitated towards. So, you know, he can put on the black. He can spray paint people. You know, he can jump them from behind with the Giant and Nash and Hall and Savage and Six. And
Oh man, Scott Hall.
Yeah, you know. So to me, the NWO was the only way to go.
Scott Hall always be Razor Ramon.
I mean, I think he's Razor Ramon to a lot of people. I mean, he took the.
Hey, Chico, Razor Ramon.
I mean, the character was who he
Yeah,
became.
he was, yeah.
You know, after a while, he truly just became a Scarface cosplayer,
Yeah,
and that's okay. And that's okay. You know, I mean, the lore is Vince McMahon didn't know who Scarface was.
yeah.
So so he's like he didn't even know that this man was copying a complete already created thing.
Yeah.
You know,
He was doing something.
thought he was like, "Oh, this is revolutionary." No, no, no. He's just acting out through a movie. But you know, I guess focused men don't watch movies. But
True. He was. Well, it looks cool. Let him go with it.
God damn it, that's good shit. You know,
Throw more toothpicks on people. Just like Carlito spitting apples. Hey, bro, you put something from your mouth on me, we fight.
that should be that's a. I mean, I assume he had tests weekly because he was spitting on people every day. Bro. Different. I mean, you know, I mean, he still did it. He was in the WWE a few years ago. He just got released again not too long ago. You know, well, not really released. They didn't re-sign him. You know, they're doing budget cuts. They're making too much money, and they don't want to pay him out. You know, that's the wrestling way.
Yeah, hey man. And then I don't know. I feel like it. You know, you say the NWO term. Anytime somebody brings up NWO to me, I'm always comparing to DX.
Yes, I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, always, and I'm just like, dude. Once I found out who the DX was, it was over.
You wanted to give people the crotch chops.
I was just crotch chopping, and then you know, it's like NWO. You know, man. I was getting in trouble in elementary school for that shit.
I think a lot of people where I would see, there was definitely people that I know that didn't
like this sign. The Wolfpack sign too. That was that was a gang sign in my school. It became a gang sign. It was crazy. Kids was getting beat up in the bathroom, like straight up power bombed. Sweet, like that. It was wild in my elementary school when that came out. It was crazy.
I do believe in that. Now, I never compared DX and the NWO due to the simple fact that I've always thought that DX was more of a frat boy thing and the NWO was more of a gang. You know, not that I don't love Shawn and Triple H. They're definitely in my top five. Triple H is my second favorite.
I was a Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
And
I like X-Pac too, but I was a big fan of Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
Well, you should go see Road Dogg. You should go see
Road Dogg. And, well, Billy Gunn too. Billy Gunn's just. I'm still listening to some like him talk like behind the scenes and stuff now. Some of his interviews, and he's just intelligent.
Well, you should go see Road Dogg. He comes down to Louisville quite often.
Yeah, dude. I need to see a whole lot of wrestlers. I still ain't seen Jeff Hardy.
Well, hopefully you'll probably see Jeff Hardy. I'm pretty sure
one of these days.
No, you'll meet Jeff. I'm pretty sure he'll be down somewhere performing at Headliners or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see it. Yeah,
he's doing his thing. You can pick up WB 2K26. He will be a DLC character this week.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, hey, that's funny. You say something about video games. I'm over here playing a wrestler in Tekken now. I'm playing King just because of the wrestler.
There you go. King's there you go. Hey, Lucha Libre's on fire. You should. That's the one thing I think anybody who's been away from wrestling should probably sneak in some AAA on YouTube. It's free and it's only an hour. So you know, Rey Mysterio is the general manager.
I might have to do that. Lucha Libre.
Mm-hmm. AAA Lucha Libre is free on YouTube. Rey Mysterio's general manager. His son is the heavyweight champion.
This is interesting.
So there you go.
Right.
The mega championship. He's the mega champion. So you know.
Okay.
Pretty sure and Rey is close to retirement. That's the rumors, and he's going to have Dominic take his mask from him. I mean, again, we all know what Rey looks like. But
yeah, we all know, but man,
because Kevin Nash already took his mask.
Yeah, good old Rey Mysterio. Hey, and that too, WCW. Back in that area, like who really was I a big fan of? I was, let's see, Billy Kidman, Juventud, Ultimo Dragon,
all the cruiserweights,
Jericho. Yeah, all the cruiserweights, bro. I loved all those dudes. They were so. basically, yeah, all the.
I believe the I believe the WWE lost they lost. So the reason the WWE lost for those 83 weeks was the simple fact that Hogan turned heel and you wanted to see Hogan and Sting finally wrestle each other. And the NWO, but also when it came to in-ring wrestling with the cruiserweights, with the Dean Malenkos, the Juventudes, the Rays,
Dean Malenko.
I think that's what made a lot of people want to watch WCW because you had so many different styles of professional wrestling, which you wouldn't see in the WWE. Yes, you saw Shawn Michaels, who is arguably the best in-ring performer of all time, but you didn't see other fast people. It would be like Shawn Michaels versus Vader, and I love Big Van Vader, but but Vader wasn't Vader from WCW when he was Vader in WWF, and it just wasn't the same. Actually, Shawn wasn't going to let Vader beat him to death. So
yeah, sure.
So I don't blame him, but I feel like to get a person like that over, he needs to
beat your ass.
Yeah, I mean that's how you got over in WCW.
Like Sid Vicious and all that. Yeah.
Sid was successful in both sides, the WCW and the WWF. He was choke slamming and power bombing everybody. Won the WWF championship, won the WCW championship. Even had a time in ECW where he just beat people. Sid was that guy. I mean, granted, Vader went to Japan after the WWF didn't work out, and he dominated Japan again. True. I don't know if it's as good as it is now with AEW around. They're purging Japan because they have more money. Money talks, man. I mean, at the end of the we all go to work for one reason, and that reason is cash.
Dollars.
$1
million man, Ted DB.
Yes, sir. Him and his son beat the feds.
Yes.
So I mean, if somebody beats the feds, you definitely can be mad at him. I'm surprised he didn't bring his son back. I'm pretty sure Vince will be back in the WWF one day.
Yeah, that's like his baby. He can't. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can't believe he even retired. But still, there's no way. He's got to be doing a little bit behind the scenes or something. He's got.
I'm pretty sure as your son-in-law is the head of creative, and one of your best friends like Bruce Pritchard is in there. Be a guy.
And we're gonna be on the phone.
Yeah, for sure.
But Stone Cold, hey, you were talking about Stone Cold earlier. I liked his change because whoever he was before he was Stone Cold is invalid.
Stunning Steve Austin was okay. I've seen Stunning before I saw Stone Cold Steve Austin. I would see Stunning Steve Austin in the Louisville Gardens, so it didn't really bother me. Seeing Steve Austin in Louisville Gardens, for USWA. But I mean, the USWA is where I saw everybody. I saw Flex Kavana in the Louisville Gardens in USWA. That's the Rock. I saw Stunning Steve Austin in USWA. So in USWA, I saw a lot of guys.
Wasn't he like Stevie Williams too at one point or something?
Well, Steve Williams is his legitimate government name. Before he changed it to Steve Austin now I think he's legally Steve Austin. So that's
okay. So it was Stunning Steve. That's what when he had the flowy blonde hair.
Well, he only cut it because he was going bald.
He was going bald. Yeah.
The only person I know that cut their hair and shaved their head and wasn't going bald was Triple H. Now he's letting his hair grow back.
Yeah.
Got the salt and pepper now.
Dude, what? Triple H got the salt and pepper.
He's old. You know what I'm saying? A lot of gray, a little bit of regular blonde and some dark dots. He's getting old. He is. Sean ain't got any. Sean's got the bald spot. He wears the hat. So I mean,
Hey, I did like Triple H. It took me a long time to like Triple H. A long time.
So I did not like Triple H until I started liking Triple H, first of all, when he started, after he got out of the DX the second time, and he started being the two-man power trip with Austin. And that was the only time I liked Austin. When Austin legitimately joined with Vince McMahon, he started saying, "What?" I was like, so I was like, I like Austin. But he wasn't the ass kicker, Steve Austin. He was kind of a coward, and he kind of put Triple H in front of him as a flunky, but I thought Triple H was the cooler wrestler. He had the game. The game is one of my The game is one of my favorite themes in wrestling.
I like his old song, before he got the game. And how you play it?
The
Well,
my
it's
game,
not.
my time, the one
Yeah, the my time.
Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
That song was sick.
I mean, you know,
That's when I started liking Triple H.
I can see
And
that.
you said the 2-man power trip, that was called Brother of Destruction. Goodness, the tag team, dog, the tag team circuit at that time was so
Yeah. You had the Brothers of Destruction, 2-man's power trip. You had the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys,
Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys.
Edge and Christian, who are still wrestling today and are AEW Tag Team Champions.
Insane.
And the Hardy Boys are TNA Tag Team Champions. So there you go.
Insane.
The Dudleys are retired. Thank God. Devon had a stroke. He shouldn't have wrestled the last match anyway.
Hey, bro, he
wrestled the last match. He let Jeff do a swanton on him through a table off a ladder. So there we go. I see.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Don't get us copyrighted, Turtle.
Okay.
But I mean, it was a good song. I enjoyed it, but it didn't hit like the game to me. When I heard the Motorhead riff, I was like, oh.
Yeah, the Motorhead, that is, that song is still on my work playlist to this day. So, and Randy Orton's song Voices.
Oh yeah, they're in my they're on my gym playlist. You know, when time to play the game hits, it's a leg day or deadlift day.
But that was such a good time wrestling. It was cool to like the bad guy. Music was the attitude era. Music was great. I get exactly what you're saying about Stone Cold, but I kind of never really identified with his image. I just identified with what he was putting out there. It's just like, hey, bro, I don't like my boss. My boss is a piece of shit. I'm you. But when dude come out there with Daisy Dukes, I'd be like, hey, the Daisy Dukes with
the cut shorts and the knee pads and braces, depending on the era of Boston.
Yeah, bad knees.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I look at that and I get it. I'm gonna tell you this. I know I was the minority. Oh yeah. I mean, I know I was the minority when it came to Austin coming out with but it was just me. I was like, I don't think I recognized with it. But I knew I was the minority because everyone I talked to, black, white, young, or old, are like, Stone Cold. I wish I could see my boss. I just, like I've heard so many people. I don't think I was rebellious enough because I never just wanted to just beat up an authority figure. They didn't really
press my boss. That's what I want.
And then just give them some pistol-like rights.
Get some pistol-like rights off the Luthez press. That would be my
That's your thing. You just want to,
yeah.
Well, I feel like the Luthez press really wouldn't work depending on how big you are compared to your boss. Because I mean,
it might just catch me.
It's like it could be like a cat and be like, "Hey, little buddy, you need to calm down."
Calm down a little bit.
Yeah, But if it's somebody around the same size, they're gonna fall.
Yeah, well, my boss now he's my size. I could do.
You can do it. You can do it.
I'm 180. If I Luthez press him, he's gonna go. Especially off guard, just right off the ropes is cool.
Well, off guard, yes. But I assume you just met this man not too long ago. I hope you like him. I assume you just met this man. I hope you like him. Jesus, if it's already going left, we need to have a conversation. I would hope so. But back to just the Attitude Era and the two catalysts, which is the NWO and Stone Cold Steve, and also there's The Rock, and we can even Triple H. We talked about him earlier. He definitely played a big part because they needed a villain other than Vince. Vince couldn't do all those matches. I mean, there was the Undertaker for a time. There was Mick Foley when he was the villain, who I also think has an underrated value in the Monday Night Wars is Mick Foley, because he's the reason that people switched to see The Rock lose the WWF Championship to Mick Foley from WCW. I mean, we already knew that Austin was on fire. We knew The Rock was The Rock. We knew Triple H was becoming the game. But we didn't know. But we always wanted Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Dude Love, Mick Foley. We wanted him to win. Mankind as well. We wanted him to win the WWF title because we knew if he followed his career. I know I followed his career for many years when he was a jobber on WWF television, all the way up to WCW's Cactus Jack. I always was a fan of him, and ECW's Cactus Jack as well. And I did switch over myself, and I usually didn't because, like I said, and as you see, I'm an NWO fan for life and a Hollywood Hogan fan. I did want to see what was happening because I think everybody kind of switched channels around about that time.
I didn't start liking Foley until he wrote a book.
Did you? So you read the book that makes you
Yeah.
the books. So
Well, it didn't make me like him. It just like
respect.
actually put like I added, 2 and 2 together. I was like, this dude had went through, hell and high water, regardless of what he did in that ring. And he wrestled with 5 different personas, and all of them were successful. He wasn't a slouch in the ring. Like he really, the same with Chris Jericho. I wasn't even a big Chris Jericho fan until Y2J, and I read his book, and I was like, oh man, that's dope.
Yeah.
Been sleeping on you, my fault. But Mick Foley definitely, man, he doesn't. He definitely gets put on the back.
Unfortunately, unfortunately,
he really does.
And since he recently quit the WWE, I feel like they're going to give him less credit, and he, and he quit for political reasons because he doesn't align with Donald Trump. I mean, hey, I don't disagree with, but he's still working. AEW hired him immediately, and he's an on-screen character. He's also thinking about having another match. I feel like he shouldn't, but that's
he don't. Like, don't, man, please. Oh, man, I love these people saying, like, Ric Flair and stuff, bro. Like, why he get back in the ring, bro? Just let it go. You are a G. You will always be a G. You've been a G. Best there is, whoa, you ain't got to get back in that square circle no more, OG. I swear you don't. You done did it. Everything, you done it. Twice. Tenfold.
I agree with you, but me agreeing with you doesn't mean they agree.
They agree, right.
I think everybody's chasing a thrill. Unfortunately, it's the
thrill
of the game. It's the thrill of being a professional wrestler. It's the thrill of walking out and hearing people chant your name just because
I guarantee that feels incredible.
I mean, you did backyard wrestling when you were younger.
I mean, yeah, I did that, but millions of people chanting. That's gotta feel crazy. I feel like Goku with the spirit bomb or some shit. Like that's it. It's like that's just something. Got to be some incredible energy. So I can understand why you wouldn't want to give up that. Like that is, there's probably nothing that can compare. Even loved or hated, just coming out of that apron. That what do they call it? The
gorilla position.
The gorilla, thank you. The gorilla position. Coming out of the gorilla and just hearing a reaction has got to be incredible.
I mean, I can see that. To get just a reaction, as you said, loved or hated, cheered or booed, to get all the Rock, whichever one, they both had. And it was
people booed the Rock when he came back. I was like, whoa, that's wild.
Well, I think they were booing Dwayne Johnson. I don't think they were.
They were Dwayne Johnson. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I get it though, but
as Mr. Peter always says, his issue with the Rock is his Hollywood persona as a human being.
I'm indifferent, not the wrestler. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson is just like, you mean tell me you got your contract, you can't lose in fights? That's wild.
I mean, it's something. I feel like you can't, but I feel like he had it when he came back to the WWE. He came back. He won. He beat Cody Rhodes clean in the middle of the ring with a people's elbow and a rock bottom and a people's elbow. I mean, that was not necessarily. But I mean, he's The Rock, arguably the biggest name out of that era. Bigger than Hogan, just worldwide. Not known for wrestling. I know some people that don't know that The Rock. Like, oh, why does Dwayne Johnson's name is The Rock? Is because he's bald, he's hard, he has muscles.
It's crazy. I've heard this. I've met people who didn't even know he was a wrestler. That's insane. Yeah, so he's a wrestler. He used that big hair. He used it.
That's how he got the name The Rock. And then there's people that were legitimately shocked. He got the name The Rock because he wrestled. Why would he wrestle? Well, because he wasn't. He needs to break in somehow because he couldn't go break in just being a football player.
Hey, straight up, he did right.
So he knew what he had to do. But with him, I'm kind of nothing wrong with him. I kind of even don't put him when people say he's the most popular wrestler. I kind of don't even put him in that stage because he hasn't done it full time in a long time, and he only did it 5 years when he did.
He's the most excitement in sports and entertainment. He said that. I can say that. In sports and entertainment, we leave the wrestling out of it. He's entertaining. He's hella entertaining to watch. Sometimes.
I think I feel like he is entertaining to watch. I'm not gonna, but I just don't put him in the category as a wrestler. That's Austin and Hogan to me.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't do anything outside of wrestling, but they're known for just that. They're known as wrestlers. Yes, Hogan did movies, but he's known as a wrestler. I mean, I guess younger people could know him. Is he the man that ripped his shirt off for Donald Trump?
Hey, man.
And can't say no because he did, but I can say I don't think that I feel like his greatest contribution is being a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
And not even being in politics or anything like that. I don't think that, I don't think that I think Austin's greatest contribution is being a wrestler. I don't think that The Rock's greatest contribution is being a wrestler. His now greatest contribution is being a philanthropist. He's over here coming out with cologne and doing movies and owning studios. He's promoting his culture, but wrestling, I feel like that's the thing that he's the least known for.
For sure.
Yeah. So when I know a lot of people, no problem, but I know a lot of people put him as, he's the most popular wrestler. He can be your favorite wrestler because he's in my top 5, but I can't put him as the best wrestler or my favorite wrestler, dude. And Triple H surpassed him as my second favorite wrestler due to the simple fact that Triple H is known as a wrestler. He might be known as creative, might be known as the boss now. He's still known as a wrestler.
He's still in the game.
He's in the game.
In the game. He's the game now. He is the game, bro.
I know he is the game. He married the boss's daughter, left China to die. He is the game.
Yeah, he did. He did that.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about control and if you can take it. And he did all those things. He listened to his song.
You listen to his song. Yo, he's up over there. He did. He listened to those words and made those a reality. It's all about control.
He was over in the gym listening to his theme and being like, "Yep, that's how I'm going to model my life."
That's how I'm doing it. You're right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just the sad thing is, The Rock owns half of TKO. Well, some of TKO. So The Rock is still his boss. So there's that. But that's just the thing of The Rock being of The Rock just owning random things, movie studios, parts of TKO. Being on the chairman of the board and still wrestling and then paying for him to fly to the shows. Nobody else gets that. So
fly me to do it.
Fly me to wrestle. Everybody else has to pay. I know. I'm the wrestler. Exactly. They say the rumor is that he will wrestle again next year. Well, at WrestleMania, so who knows?
Didn't Stone Cold have a TV show?
Yes, Austin did have a TV show. He would just drive around and do like random things with people.
Yeah, didn't he interview people too at one time?
Yeah,
a podcast too. Yeah, man.
Austin tried doing the random thing, but I don't see him. He just did random stuff. I think it was just and it was all WWE sponsored stuff.
Yeah, it's just random shit. Yeah.
So I think he was just keeping his stuff alive. I mean, if we look, Hogan went on to create a beach shop, 2 beach shops. He did Hogan.
Hogan did a lot. My God, I forgot about that TV show. Holy shit.
Which I feel ruined his personal life. But
Hogan does not know best. That show was crazy.
It was a mess. I watched every minute of it. But Brooke knows best when she'd have a spin-off series, And shout out to Brooke. She's estranged from the family, but she's coming out with remixes to Aaliyah songs. I'm not mad at her.
She's estranged from the family? Damn, Hogan.
Well, no, she asked. So when Hogan died, she asked, he was like, hey, here's some money. She's like, I don't want to, just write me out the wheel. Write me out the wheel. I don't want nothing to do with it. Because I don't like it. I don't like your wife, his current wife. He was on wife number 3. He didn't like Jennifer was his second wife. She liked her because she had him. Hogan had abs. He was healthy. He was going to the doctor. He was eating right. He wasn't drinking. But then when he got with his next wife, he started drinking again. Hey, he came out with a beer. So you had to drink the beer, brother. If you come out with it, you got to drink the beer. Went on he traveled the United States. He never came to Louisville because I would have done everything to see Hogan. Even though I still get my looks of being a black man wearing a Hogan t-shirt, but still, I don't.
Sue me.
I always say ain't nobody gonna run up.
Yeah, so but hey, man, the 30 years of wrestling, 30 years of Hogan, 30 years of NWO.
30 years of Stone Cold.
30 years of Stone Cold. 30 years.
What was your favorite stunner that you can remember? Who was your favorite person to get stunned?
The Rock.
His little flip over and all that? Yeah.
I loved watching him. He sold the shit out of it. I love watching him get stunned. Or a Vince McMahon stunner. Or just that oddly bad one. You know what I mean?
It was usually Vince bad stunners. My favorite stunner was obviously, I think, probably the worst stunner in history, which was the stunner to Linda McMahon.
Yeah,
Linda, that's horrible, honey. What are you doing? I mean, and you knew she wasn't a worker. All her promos were stilted and everything. It was horrible. And then a stunner, it just kind of solidified that, wow, you don't even watch the product, do you?
Yeah, you don't watch the product. You don't even involved in this hard. You don't even want to do this.
You just do the books, get your money, and be like, well, I'm done. I'm gonna go. Go, Vince. Go sleep with whoever's available, because you're not sleeping with me. I got
the sleep with me. I'm gonna straight up take half of everything you got.
That's probably the reason they haven't got divorced. Vince still gets to diddle whoever he wants to. She probably got some people that's knocking her down, somewhere, but she's a little bit more discreet, and her NDAs always get signed, and she always
right.
Unlike Vince, who's like, I ain't got to pay the money. She loves me.
She loves me. She's not gonna do anything to me. I'm fucking Vince McMahon. I'm Vince McMahon.
Pretty sure he cut a promo on her and to him and to his friends. Oh yeah, we can all run a train.
Gosh, that's fun. Yeah, I like Vince at one point. Vince was cold. So that's what
he had a good theme. He had a good thing, but you got to think everybody like 30 years ago. Well, not everybody, but most wrestlers had a memorable theme. I'm pretty sure you just sung "No Chance." If you heard "Here Come the Money," Shane McMahon's theme song.
Yeah, boy.
No,
Shane McMahon come out acting like Muhammad.
He took classes. He took boxing. He took
classes. Okay, work, bro. He could work your feet.
He knew how to fight. I mean, I think he could defend himself in an altercation.
For sure.
I think he could defend himself in an altercation. But hey, who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But I think he was capable.
Dude, all of them, bro. I'm over thinking back to him now. I'm like, damn, bro. Even Stephanie. I'm thinking back to like how much I hated him at one point, how much I loved him at one point. It's just like, yo, they really was putting heart, soul, and energy into these characters, into just the product, man. It was a good time. It was like people loved.
Yeah.
Hurry up. Sorry, that's my dogs. People love to hate people, and people love to love people. And then it was like, it gave you more reason to like your character and less reason to like them. It was a good time. Being older now, looking back on it too, is crazy.
Well, you also have to think, it was wrestling was in a real legitimate war. The WWF was a privately owned family business at that time. And the WCW was a corporate conglomerate because it was owned by Ted Turner, CNN, a corporation, then eventually, Time Warner. It was owned by a billionaire, and then WCW and a corporation. That's a totally different thing than just one dude who has a lot of money, who has a decent amount of money, and he's paying everybody out of pocket. So, and Eric Bischoff, fighting for his job, wanted to truly put the WCW out of business with the NWO, Hollywood Hogan, and all the guys that he got from the WWF, the Randy Savages, the Lex Lugers, who was over there, who was deemed to be Hulk Hogan at the time, the Hall of Nash, and the Vince
Luger.
All those guys. It was a different thing when you look at it like that. You had two people fighting for their livelihood. Eric Bischoff proving that he was the best employee that he could be for Warner Brothers, and Ted Turner I would say CNN, Ted Turner, and Turner Broadcasting. And then you had Vince McMahon, who was like, this is my livelihood. This is how I feed my family. This is how I feed myself. This is, so it was things. And the wrestlers' livelihood as well, Everybody had their view of wrestling. As a child, you had to think the WWF was where you needed to be because they won the war, they killed the territory. So, but by the time you became fully like aware, WWF was everything. There was really just
It was. It is crazy how that happened, man. You're explaining it straight up how my childhood brain is remembering it. Because I was a WCW fan before I watched WWE. When me and my friends would sit down and talk, it was always, hey, hey, did you watch wrestling last night? It was never wrestling. It was wrestling. You watched wrestling last night? I'm like, yeah. And it was WCW, WCW, WCW. I remember a girl named April in the fourth grade. She brought up WWF. And I said, what is a WWF? And I remember going to watch it, and I had always tried to remember and try to recall, like, why I didn't like it as much. Like, the production was lower. It,
Yeah.
it was it just didn't resonate with me as much as WCW. Like they didn't have Nitro Girls, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have none of that.
Dance.
Like dude, like it was Nitro Girls. So like it was hot for my little kid brain, man. Like I love that shit.
I mean, you also got to think they had spring break. They went to Mexico and went to the hotel where everybody was in bikinis and the ring was surrounded by a huge pool.
Yeah, dude, they were doing so much crazy ass stuff. So like when I would watch wrestling, it was always WCW. So if it wasn't WCW, it wasn't right. That's why I was a big WCW fan. But once I looked at WWF and I started seeing people in WWF, and I'd be like, oh, bro, these guys are cool. Like, oh man, these guys are actually wrestling over here. It's not like Bill Goldberg just came out and speared somebody, knocked somebody out, and now the match is over. Damn man, we ain't even gonna talk about
Yeah, no, you are one of many people. I know you loved Goldberg and Jeff Hardy as a child, and
we ain't even gonna talk about Goldberg. Man. Goldberg used to get my little ass. Hi, dog. Hey, who's next? Bruh, that was peak for my little childhood brain. Who's next? Like, hey, bro, who's next? Oh, y'all better quit playing with this, man. He's gonna spear you. Then you go over watch WWF, and it's like, well, where's the Goldberg at? It's a little different.
They had Gilbert, so there you go.
They did have Gilbert. Then they got Rhino. Oh, man, ECW.
Wrestling. You had multiple, and you still do, but it's just not the same to me right now. I think wrestling is overexposed. Wrestling is on every day. Every day you can watch wrestling. It's on not every Sunday, but most Sundays. There's even wrestling on Sundays, so you can watch wrestling every day. Monday night Raw, Tuesday night NXT, Wednesday night you have Evolve and
you ever do watch parties?
I was gonna do a watch party. It's kind of hard to get people to want to do watch parties. Because I just don't want to do it by myself, and just have a conversation. Like I have to moderate and be on there and speak and pay attention.
I can moderate.
You could.
I can moderate. I can be there, especially if it's on the computer. But I was just thinking because man, the last time I was on, we was talking about wrestling. I went and tried to watch wrestling. Just truthfully, I can watch it by myself. I ain't got nobody to talk to.
Well, we can do it. I mean, hey, we can do it. Oh, some watch parties, brother. SummerSlam is coming up on the 1st and the 2nd.
SummerSlam?
Yeah. The main event of SummerSlam will be Roman Reigns on night 2, I assume. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And night 1, I assume it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the WWE.
Seth Rollins reminds me so much of Steven Richards, and I just don't know.
One of my favorite podcasters going today, Steven Richards. Love me some Stevie Richards, but I can see it.
I don't know why.
Young Stevie.
Young Stevie Richards, bro. Every time I see something, I'm like, Stevie Richards is it? Oh no, ain't no way that's him. Hell no. I kid you not. I just get flipped out every time. Wow.
Don't worry, Stevie doesn't look old. Stevie don't look too bad to be Steve. Oldest he does. Steve still looks good. Hell, DDP still doing yoga. So I mean, there's some old wrestlers that still look good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say Bret Hart looks great, but he still looks like Bret Hart.
He still as Brett. Yeah, okay. That's all I can hope for.
He still looks like Bret Hart with gray hair and accusing people that they're accusing Vince and Sean that they're in homosexual activities. No, because that's the reason he got screwed because they were screwing each other.
That is hilarious. Yeah, they're screwing each other. That's why I got screwed out of my title. Yeah.
Hey, that's what he thought. That's what he said, and but later on, Hogan said that Vince was having sex with the Warrior on a bearskin rug.
Hey, I can neither confirm nor deny those allegations.
You wasn't. I know you. You wasn't alive. I know you can't.
That is some wild shit. They gonna bring skin rug. Wait a minute, bro. Yeah. Oh no. You sure? You sure y'all want to do something?
Hey, that's what Hogan. I mean, Hogan was known to be a grand fibber, if you will. But I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
If he had the Warrior nose down in the rug, brother, and he was going to town with his grapefruits, he's a genetic jackhammer. He was jacking the Warrior.
I was really saying that about the genetic jackhammer. I was genetic jackhammer. Hey, yo, that is a classic name. All I want to say is, man, that wrestling ain't the same no more. That it's all right though because it's evolved. It's something new. It doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's different. It's just something new and something different. But
you can have genetic jackhammers and big bad booty daddies.
we can't have that.
Val Venus, you know.
We can't have Val Venus. We can't have the Godfather, dude. Like, truthfully, for it, what got me into WWF was Gangrel. He was cold. Like seeing him come out and I'm with the Brood. It wasn't the Hard. I know the Hardy Boys were in it and Edge and Christian was in it. Yeah, but I can't remember. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I can't remember which one was original. I think it was Edge and Christian.
Mm-hmm.
But when Edge would come out with them glasses on, and I seen that, I said, boom, 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 boom. Like it, dude. I seen Gangrel, Undertaker, and well, I think that was it. I was also playing WWF Attitude, but seeing Gangrel, I said, yo, he's cool. I like this dude. I said, he's a vampire? That's cool. Don't see those vampires. What? I was like, bro, this is edgy. This is crazy. You know, dude, I think that's another person who don't get enough. Like, that girl was cold.
I mean, he still wrestles to this day. Yeah, he still wrestles. Still wrestles. He does independent stuff. He's been here a few times. There is a show called Dream Wrestling. They'll be wrestling next week. They'll be wrestling here next week. Tickets are $30. So everybody go watch Dream Wrestling if you're in the Louisville, Kentuckiana area. They'll have some big stars there. AEW stars and everything. A guy I think you would enjoy watching would be Leo Rush right now, like just right now. I enjoy Leo Rush.
I'm looking up Dream Wrestling right now. Yeah, we're gonna have to look him up. He look like a young me. He look like he look crazy.
I'm pretty sure you and Leo are around about the same age. But
same man. He's from Ring of Honor. Oh yeah, bro. Ring of Honor is.
Well, this is the new Ring of Honor that got purchased by AEW, but it's still good. It's still good wrestling.
I remember Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor was the first place I saw the man. What is that? What's that move called? That front flip pile driver.
The Canadian Destroyer.
Canadian Destroyer. Yeah, man. I seen that. My homie, I told my homie CJ Styles, and I used to backyard wrestling. I said, "Yo, that's got to be your new finisher." He's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "You're CJ Styles. You look Canadian. That's that Canadian Destroyer. That's got to be your finisher. Man. That shit's cold."
Did he adopt?
Yeah, he did. It was me and this other guy Chris was the only two people that would take it though. So
well, I mean, it's a move. You were very athletic when you were young, and you were smaller as well. So you taking a front flipping power driver makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, exactly. And I could just flip back pretty easily and just land on my elbows. It was a good time. I made it look good. I was sometimes like plant myself. It was straight. It was dope. We don't even talk. should have been a wrestler.
You should have been. You should have been. It's never too late. DDP did it at 35.
Did he? Damn, DDP.
DDP did the same since he was 30. Neither did Batista. Batista was in his 30s too. Batista was old.
I do got enough. I do got some saved up money, man. I could just take 1,500 of that. Just be like, hey, man, put me in, coach.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that, and you can do other things within OVW. You do understand that OVW is now a school. They get legitimate teaching. You can get a grant to go to OVW. You can literally get like a scholarship to go to OVW. OVW is not just a wrestling school. It's literally a school.
Yeah, when did that happen?
But it happened a few years ago. I think when Al Snow took it over initially.
That is impressive. Thank you, Al Snow. I'm glad you brought him up. Head? Yo, Al Snow was cold.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants some head, and he wasn't fucking lying. He said, "Do everybody want some head?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." Actually,
he's like, "Yeah."
You know about this mannequin head, you gonna, knock somebody out with it, but at the same time, the oh my goodness, the dual innuendo and shit like that was so cool. Like that shit was unparalleled. It really was.
It really was. You're not. No, I'm good. But yeah, I mean, everybody played a part. Whether it was Hardcore Holly, Crash Holly,
Holly got to be so mean.
I mean, he's not wrestling anymore, but he still looks good. He still looks good. He still looks decent. He still looks like he's doing his thing.
Why do you have to be so mean to these people, man? I was listening to a Rico interview the other day. And he was talking. Rico was talking like Bob Holly was the only one that just wouldn't put up with my bullshit in the ring. He just wouldn't give me a smile or anything. He says one time he gets me in a collar to elbow tie up and shoves me off of him and says, "I'm not putting up with that shit. You're gonna wrestle." And cut back to a clip, and you see Bob Holly's face like say that I'm not doing this shit. You're gonna fucking wrestle, or that's it. Like, bro, let him do his thing in the ring, bro. Let him be.
I feel like Bob was hard, but I also feel like in some ways it was necessary for the character. But I mean, it was a different time.
That's how good he was. I could never tell if it was a character or that's just how dude was.
Bob the Dick.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know Bob's mad. And I'm just like, that's what he is. He just a badass and don't fuck with him. Never disliked him or liked him. It's like, hey, Hardcore Holly. Don't fuck with Crash Holly. And then Molly Holly, boy. My God.
Who still currently works at the WWE as a producer.
Man. I like her over Trish Stratus. I ain't even gonna hold you.
You just like the wider hips. I get it.
Boy, them hip boy. She had me in a chokehold as a kid, I swear.
I know a lot of people that said that they wanted Molly to do the Molly go around on them.
Yes, on me. Just Molly go around, bro. Yeah, go out of there, bro. Hey, man, I'm telling you. But Hardcore Holly, Bob Holly, and Crash, I thought that was a good faction. I really did.
Yeah.
Back when Jeff and Lita was good too.
I mean, hey, she went around the world.
She did.
When it came to wrestling, a little bit of Jeff, a little bit of Matt, a little bit of Edge, a little bit of CM Punk. She didn't care,
All right, wait, hold up, bro. I had to look up pictures. Yeah, Molly Holly with brown hair though. I ain't fucking with the blondes.
When she cut it with the bob and use her natural hair color. I'm pretty sure her natural hair color.
Natural, yeah, bro. That was tight. That was tight. That was tight. But she was out there living. I didn't know she was still wrestling or still involved in it.
She'll probably show up at every women's Royal Rumble anyway. She'll probably still run in if they can't get 30 people.
Also, like the women's division is actually Mickey James too. Bro, Mickey James is good. The women's division is actually getting like competitive now.
Mickey James was down here for a little while too in OVW. She was like the general manager for the women division.
I remember Mickey James did a Tomb Raider cosplay, and I had that as my wallpaper on my phone for like 6 years. I'm gonna say 6 years, but a good while.
A long time. I remember Mickey James performed when she first came out with her album. She performed down here in Louisville in a couple clubs.
Thought that laundry? Yeah, she did.
Yeah. She performed at the clubs, and I was like, oh wow, that's cool. So I mean, but that was back in the day.
I didn't know she did music.
Yeah, she did country. She was a hardcore country. When she went down to TNA after she got fired from WWE, she started working on a country album.
She should do a country album with John Bradshaw Layfield.
I don't think he can sing, but I mean, he'll be there doing the two-step in the background.
He can do two-step in the background. JBL and the APA. I watched a documentary about them too. I really like those guys. Farouk.
Ron Simmons. Now, I'm not going to say I liked him as Farouk, but I did like him and this is before your time, but I loved him in WCW because he was the first black world heavyweight champion.
That one. Yeah, I like that. That's I like Ron. Did you like Ahmed Johnson?
Okay, so Ahmed Johnson, Tony Norris. I loved his physicality in the ring. You really couldn't understand his promos because he kind of talked over himself. He had that really thick Southern accent.
Yeah, he was mad a lot.
When you're screaming in a Southern accent, no one knows what you're saying.
I've watched like some of his stuff, and I'm like, what did he say? I don't know what he said, but he's a brute. I like him being a brute.
I mean, I loved him being a brute, but obviously him and Ron Simmons got in a real physical altercation.
Oh yeah.
And he had an attitude. And he states to this day that Vince McMahon told him that he was going to be the first black WWF heavyweight champion. That never turned out, but I believe that Vince might have said that to him just because of his
physical.
And he was still big, and that was after the steroid trial, and you didn't really have guys that looked like they were big. You had Nash, but Nash was a giant. There's a difference. Nash was just really tall and in shape. And then you had Shawn, who was in shape, but Shawn was like what, 220?
Yeah.
Being 220 and 6'1", isn't a big deal.
That was average in the WWF.
Yeah, that was an average wrestler. Granted, Shawn had the look and the ability, to carry a company. He was my favorite guy after Hogan left, but he still didn't have the size. Hogan's 6'7", Bill is 6'6", Bill is 6'8". He was definitely over 300 pounds when he was on his top of his gear cycle in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
And even when he got older, when he was in his 40s, he was still 275 pounds. That's a big man. You know what you gonna do? The reason I go to the gym, and the reason I go to the gym that I currently go to until August 1st when it closes, because of Hulk Hogan and because he tried.
Don't close it.
That's too late. The ordinance has already happened. Barstown Road is under reconstruction.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
R.I.P. Ramen House. R.I.P. Baxter. Dude,
Ramen House still exists.
But
But I will definitely do a memoir video of that because I've been going there for 43 years, sir. So at least every year, at least I've been there at least once or twice every year of my life. And especially since I've been going to the gym there, it's been a place where
you get good food right after the gym. Just man, cool. I mean,
there's a lot of people that do. Yeah, that's my kid's favorite restaurant.
Yeah, like that would be, like my go-to. Hit the gym, hit the ramen house, go home. Make sure your body don't get hungry. You get some good food, instant growth.
Instant growth. I'm just a protein guy myself, brother. Just just do a shake and then come home and maybe have some pre-made turkey patties and some rice or some peas. I'm good with just peas.
Just peas. Nothing wrong with peas. I can eat peas.
I told you I told you next year, Redneck Brawl, brother. Going down to Tennessee to fight.
Hey, man, what? Who you going with?
My buddy Brian, because he was. I said we could go. We were watching Redneck Brawl the other week, and I was like, bro, you want to go? He's like, yeah. I was like, hey, it's like $500 for the prelims. We can definitely win because these dudes just coming in throwing punches.
These dudes just coming in just fighting. Hey, man.
Ain't nobody got no skill, no mindset to fight. Like, no. It seems like they just like, I can fight. So that's
look, I'm looking at right now, live stream Redneck Brawl. I'll fight them 31 years old. Hey, I want to go fight.
See?
I want to go fight.
We can all pile in and go to the prelims and win some.
I don't even care if I lose. I just want to punch somebody. I ain't punched somebody in the face since 2018.
No, that was too long.
That's been too long.
It's too long ago. Too long ago. We, and you can do it with no repercussions, sir. No repercussions.
Yeah, no.
It's all signed and legalized.
That sounds like some real attitude shit.
It is brawl for all. It's brawl for all.
Yeah, Brawl for All. That sounds like some real. Yep, St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Good pay per view.
The Big Show's debut in the WWE.
That was my first ever pay per view.
When he choked Steve Austin through the cage. He threw him through the cage, and Austin still won, unfortunately.
Austin still won.
But that was funny. That was funny. I remember that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, dude. The same. What was that? St. Valentine's Day Massacre. What else was that? Wolf. Either way, man. Oh man. So they still wrestle on Sunday. They got Sunday Night Heat now. What?
No. So on Sundays they usually just do pay-per-views. I mean, they also, on Thursday they have WWE has main event, but they also have like TNAs on Thursdays as well.
Man, let me know when Sunday Night Heat comes. That shit was.
I don't think they'll ever have a Sunday Night Heat. But I mean, they could. I mean, because it's WWE, they can just kind of have it.
That's when all the jobbers was out, man. Good time. Every time.
Very true. Very true. I mean, I think, we had Sunday Night Heat. We had WCW Saturday night. We had, Shotgun Saturday night.
Yeah.
It was wrestling. It was wrestling, but it wasn't as much as it is now. We don't have like, there's NWA Power. I forget about the NWA. They have a show. I think their show is on Tuesdays as well. And, so that means there's 2 shows on Tuesday. There's Raw on Monday. There's what's on Wednesday? Yeah, there's Tubi has a wrestling show. Come on now. Evolve. There's Evolve on Tubi, which is WWE. Wrestling's on every day. Like there's
SummerSlam is August 1st
and 2nd.
And 2nd. What does that mean? Why is it 2 days?
Because they want to make more money.
Wait, Raw comes on Netflix?
Yes.
Interesting. Hey, look at this.
If you use your VPN, all WWE comes on Netflix.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
If you're in the United States, you have to have multiple things. You have to have you have to have ESPN app. You have to have Netflix. You have to have YouTube. You have to have you have to have cable for the USA Network. You have to have regular television for the CW. But if you
damn, that's great.
WWE is scattered everywhere.
WWE just needs a streaming, its own streaming network at this point.
And they did. They sold that. They had the WWE network. They were the first sports-based thing to have a.
Oh yeah.
If you remember correctly, and it was only $9.99. No tier. Every tier was free. It was just one tier, and it was all $9.99.
Dang, that sounds perfect for a wrestling fan.
It was. I feel like the WWE network. I think it's probably one of the superior networks that came out. Streaming networks that came out. It had chapters for everything. Like each match. Like if you clicked on, like say, No Way Out, it would have each match as a chapter. And each promo that happened during that pay-per-view as a chapter. So it was chaptered, it was numbered, it was chaptered. You knew what was going on. They're on Netflix. Netflix doesn't have that. When they went to Peacock, before they went to Netflix, Peacock didn't have that either. So I truly feel like once they started to get rid of the streaming network thing, granted, they lost money doing the streaming network, and they get more money, having people pay for their stuff, to contract their stuff for the license. Like ESPN paid millions of dollars to have WWE pay-per-views and in the United States. And then Netflix paid millions of dollars to have everything outside of the United States except Raw, because that's on the United States for that. But like I said, outside of the United States, they have everything that's WWE related.
Yes. So that's what I say, VPN. Okay, that makes sense. That tracks. Yeah, hell yeah.
I VPN. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pay I'm not gonna pay $30 just to watch pay-per-views. No, it's just 30. I mean, yeah, you can pay for the pay-per-views, but it's $30 a month for ESPN to get the pay-per-views included, the ESPN Plus app. And I don't watch enough sports for that to pay off for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch bodybuilding, powerlifting, and boxing and MMA. And MMA seems to be strictly just on Paramount, and bodybuilding is nowhere to be found unless you just go to shows that I find it on streams, and powerlifting is the same. So there's no reason for me to get all that.
Man, I'm about the same way. I don't even watch a whole lot of stuff either. I watch most sports. I watch a lot of sports. But I'm not sports. I watch UFC. I watch UFC. I wish I watched more boxing, but nobody I know watch boxing. Oh yeah.
I love boxing. I'm excited to see. So there's two boxing matches I am going to see, and I might live stream on Rope Break. I might live stream Tyson versus Mayweather.
Okay.
That'll be a watch party for that for sure. And then of course Ray J versus Orlando Brown.
Yeah. I was just literally the left foot my cousin talking about that fight. My cousin was like, you watching this very good in the bro? Yeah. I'm probably gonna watch the college if I can't catch it.
Oh, I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll buy Zeus just for that and then cancel it the next day.
I'll feel that. My bad, man. I'm just feeding the puppos.
Animals gotta eat. I understand, brother. There's some cats, there's some dogs in the house. I understand.
Bad, man. You know, they don't care nothing about 30 years of wrestling. They wasn't here 30 years of wrestling.
No. Not here 30 years ago. They didn't hear the leg drop heard around the world. They
They
didn't
didn't hear the leg drop around the world, man.
they didn't see Austin with his busted lips say Austin 316 said I just whipped your
That was a crazy promo, honestly. And really, when you go back and listen to it, it still hits to this day. Well, I ain't listened to it in a while, but I bet if you did go listen to it, yeah.
you have to think, especially with the religious undertones, and obviously in the times that we live in today, a promo like that wouldn't go without a lot of censorship, you know?
Yeah, a lot of pushback.
Yeah, because, yes, people have always been protective of their religion, but I don't think now, and I think people are more so protective of all their values. Like if you step on anything, there will be a Karen at your door, brother.
There will be.
What you're going to do when Karen runs wild on you.
Cry about it. I'm crying about it. No, seriously, man. Because they'll take it to the next level. They really will over some nonsense. And you gotta deal with them. That's what fans do.
And that's true. And that's one thing I can say about wrestling that we don't get now, or any form of entertainment in general.
Agreed.
People just don't let it be just that. Everyone has an agenda.
Everybody has an agenda. Speaking of agenda, I just got banned from online gaming because of my name, and I beat somebody online. They didn't like. They found something they could ban me for. I didn't cuss them out or nothing. So they was like, his name promotes marijuana usage. We're gonna ban him.
The same one as it normally is, right?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, dang, bro, that's crazy. You can't do anything. Everybody's so easily offended.
I mean, that was just petty what happened to you. They wasn't offended.
Yeah, that's petty. But now, if you say, for example, like we go back to Austin, if Austin what you said, nobody's worried about it. I don't know what exactly he said, but I know he said something about Psalm 316, John 16.
John 316.
Okay, John 316, well, Austin 316, because I just whipped your ass. I know he said something, Bible thumper. Hey.
You're thumping your Bible. Well, Austin talking about John 3:16. Well, Austin 3:16 said, "I just whipped your ass."
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people that would definitely get a lot of people upset.
Oh yeah.
And it did then as well, but it wasn't so mainstream where it reached everybody. But that's social media as well. Social media wasn't anything in 1996. We still had dial-up internet, AOL. If you on the internet, you can't have a phone call, brother. I mean, it was that type.
I remember those times.
And now the real question is, who has a landline? I mean, but President is an elderly woman. Literally elderly. That's a completely different deal. But I mean, people in their 50s don't have landlines anymore.
Do you hear that noise? That shit gonna go crazy.
Man, I mean, I think it still would if he decided to come out right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the difference between him and The Rock, or Hogan and The Rock, Triple H and The Rock. The Rock gets a pop for a different reason because you're seeing a celebrity.
Oh yeah.
You don't get a pop because you're seeing a wrestler.
Agreed.
Not that I don't like.
I can definitely agree with that.
But
people have been known The Rock for
other
things. Yeah. I know people that who don't even know him as a wrestler. It's like, oh, bro, you talking about Dwayne Johnson? Like, yeah, he's a wrestler. No, he's not. Like, yeah, he is. What What do you mean? No, he's not.
He ain't. He just big. No. He wasn't even that big when he was.
Especially people in the car scene. You know, because I want other people a lot. You know, obviously with him being in the Fast and Furious movie. Yeah, so it's like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah, he was a wrestler. What? Yeah, professional wrestler, bro. Look him up. Are you serious? Yeah. Wow. See, I've heard people actually see him that was a professional wrestler, and then they turn around and say some shit like, "That's corny." I'm like, "Hey, bro, you watch your fucking mouth."
I feel like you can't say if you lived in that, if you actually watched it and you saw authentic compared to what everybody else was doing and the Rock character was doing in 98 and 99, you know, the know your rules, the shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
You know,
That was fucking peak.
you know, the
roster.
speaking in the third person the entire time.
The entire time. You Rudy Poo Jabroni, The Rock does not care about your reactions. The Rock. So, I'm like, bro, why does he keep saying that? But it's hitting. And you got so cold. How about what? And hey, the only one that didn't really hit, for real, I ain't gonna lie, but that's only because I didn't like him for real, was Triple H. All about I'm good. Hey, bro, yeah, you got your catchphrase.
I mean, he had the least impactful, you know, catchphrase of the Attitude Era.
I sent that shit home.
Yeah.
He had good delivery. He was, I am that damn good. And he was good, you know. Man tore both his quads. Finished the match.
Had one of the biggest reactions when he returned to Madison Square Garden. Came back jacked.
Came back fucking ripped.
Took up the whole. I was like, oh, who is that man? That ain't Triple H.
That dude, man. Dude, seeing DX Triple H, and then he came back as that dude. I said, that's a different person. He's cloned.
Different man, you know. But then as an adult now, well, I was an adult then, but as an older adult, a little bit wiser adult, human growth hormone is an amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, bro. He came back spitting water with the backwards rider hat and the leather jacket, and that it took that Triple H. I dressed like Triple H, man.
So did I. I would always do the Triple H beard when I was younger.
Yeah, I try it when I try it. You know, I didn't start growing enough facial hair then, but especially when I worked out and I had a leather jacket, I had to make sure it had the pleats in the back and the fucking tassels up top like Triple H. I was like, no, I gotta have this type of leather jacket.
Well, you know, you also were a motorcycle guy, so was the
dude. Yeah, that dude. You know, it kind of fit the point when I was walking around my leather jacket, and I'd be like, damn, I actually kind of anyway.
Well, there you
beyond that.
I mean, hey, you were jacked, you were working out, brother. I was there. I saw you go to the gym. I saw you work out.
Yeah, you was there. You was there in those times.
Yes, I was. You should on August 1st. You should come down to Mid City Barbell, a place where Hulk Hogan worked out, Bill Dundee, Jerry Lawler. If you're in the Louisville area on August 1st, come down and say goodbye to a place that has wrestling history in it, which is Mid City Barbell in Mid City Mall. It was Bud's Gym back in the day, but it definitely. A lot of wrestlers. Mike Tyson was even down there, and he's a WWE Hall of Famer too.
Mike Tyson is? Yeah. This is correct. Hey, you said August 1st. I'm putting it in my calendar right now.
August 1st. I'm going to go down there for one last workout.
Hey, that's a Saturday.
That's a Saturday. It's the end of the.
Yeah. I'll be off. I'm already. I'll be out of town. Shit.
No big deal, brother. I understand.
I can come back. I go out of town on the 29th. Well, it's just Georgetown, Kentucky. I'm going horseback riding.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah, I'm going down Thursday night. I'm supposed to be down there Friday, and we're gonna come back Friday. My girl was like, if you go horseback riding, you're not gonna want to do anything after that. So we might as well get like a B&B down there and maybe find something to do. We're gonna come back.
Horseback riding is fun. It's very physical because you're gonna be bouncing up and down. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You know, she's like, you're gonna pay it. I said it can't be no worse than riding a motorcycle in Tennessee. She's like, oh, it can be a lot worse.
I was gonna say a motorcycle does have smooth spots. Somebody walking is a different story.
Right. That's the point you made.
Kind of brains because it's boom, 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 boom. Just a saddle and some stirrups. That's the only thing that's holding you there in your hands.
I mean, like,
You know, you don't want to be like Christopher Reeve. Rest in peace, Chris.
don't.
You want to be like Superman being in a shirt.
Don't.
Games. We don't want that.
I don't want that. I don't want to be in a chair. I already told you straight up, man. I'm crippled, bro. You gotta end it.
I don't want to be trapped in my body. I think that's a fair.
Trapped in. That's the same. That is horrible. I don't want that. No.
That's a legit fear. Being in a coma. Oh, if you're in a coma, you sleep. But if you're like freaking conscious, it's like their eyes are open, but they can't do nothing. Kill me.
They can't do nothing. Kill me. Yeah, that sucks. I don't want to do this shit. Oh, man. I just sit here. I'm just stuck in my mind all day. I'm good on that.
Hey, that sometimes that gets a dark place, brother. I don't want to be there without it.
Like, we'll make sure you're watching something joyful enough like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before we end this conversation, I do want to ask you a question. Besides Jeff Hardy, who is your favorite guy from the NWO, WCW, Monday Night Wars era? You can give me a top 5 if you can't just pick one.
Like that. When they was going back and forth, oh, man, yeah, besides Jeff Hardy, Chris Benoit.
Chris, you can say Chris. Okay. I know he's controversial, but he didn't kill nobody yet, so it's fine.
Chris Jericho.
Okay. Who is still wrestling today? Chris Jericho.
Yeah, Chris Jericho. Besides Jeff Hardy.
If you ever go on a cruise, go on the Jericho cruise.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They have wrestling and games, and you get to hang out with the wrestlers.
You got, I mean, I really, you know, said top 5. I mean, those 3. I like Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho, and Benoit. Those 3, like, those were my favorite 3 from WCW all time. You know, I'm like, hell yeah, they're gonna fucking go crazy over here. You know, past when they
it's still the Monday Night Wars. I feel was just everything. Everything that has to do with wrestling. You still had, because I don't just call WCW and WWE and WWF. ECW mattered too because they both stole a lot of the things from ECW. I mean, you got to think Stone Cold Steve Austin stole Mikey Ripper's finisher, which was the Stone Cold Stunner, the Ripper Snapper. He used it as the stunner.
Yeah.
He started cutting promos like that in ECW when he was making fun of Hogan. And they never had the match, even though I feel like they could have used that as the fire because he was making fun of Hogan because he did get fired from WCW when he was hurt.
Yeah.
But they never had the match because by the time when they were going to touch each other, they were both big icons by that. Stone Cold was Stone Cold and Hogan was Hogan way before Austin was even wrestling.
Right.
So I get why that match never happened, but they could have used that. But yeah, you can put in Taz, you can put in Rhino, you can put in anybody.
Oh, girl, that's just basically, man, seeing those guys come in too. Oh, man, RVD. Seeing those guys, like, different levels of cruiserweight, and then, like, seeing the cruiserweights that can also slam people too. Like, those main people like that, like Rob Van Dam, you know, Taz, Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko, Rey Mysterio, like, all those, like, those characters were absolutely great. And I will not honorable mention, but like the forefront was, you know, NWO and DX. Like those two were the, you know, what was they called? Man, well, I even liked it when it was, you know, Raw versus SmackDown. You know, even that was cool. Yeah. Like, but DX and NWO, they were like the head leaders of that. I feel like Austin was more of the liar of all of that because, granted, he was involved in it, but he wasn't DX. He wasn't WCW. He was just the antagonist.
Yeah, I mean, he was the top guy. He was the
top guy.
He was the top guy. And I would never take that. Like I said, I might not have been an Austin fan, but he was the undisputed top guy. Rock was right there next to him, but it was Austin, and then, you know, you had your Foleys. But I also think that was a testament to wrestling. Not one guy. Austin could not go to work, but you could still see somebody you wanted to see. You would still see Rock. If Austin wasn't there that week, you would still see The Rock. If Rock wasn't there, you could see Austin. If Rock and Austin wasn't there, Undertaker would be there. You know,
you'd be disappointed. I like that. You'd be disappointed when your guy wasn't there, but at the same time, it was like, man, it was still a good show.
You're still a good show in that time, and you know, NWO, yep. Hollywood wasn't there all the time, but he was the special attraction. But you would still see Roddy Piper. You would still see Lex Luger. Sting would come down from the rafters and beat up the entire NWO. You still had Hall and Nash. Six, Ted DiBiase would come out and cut a promo. Kurt Hennig was still wrestling.
Yeah, man. Woo. I was sleeping on him, but damn.
There's so many guys. It was just such a thing. I would say that my top five outside of Hogan, because I'm not gonna put Hogan. I think everyone that ever watches this knows Hogan is my favorite wrestler. I have on a shirt and I have on a bandana that says that. But
the perfect dude, y'all.
The perfect plex.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
That was my homie Chris's finisher, man. And he had that arch and everything. It looked so good. Anyway.
Hey, I love to see a good fisherman suplex.
I wouldn't kick out.
It's too bad that and this is just my critique, that simple, which isn't a simple move because it can look pretty. It can be done perfectly, especially when you see somebody that you feel like, they might not be able to be flexible enough to get that arch, like Kurt Hennig. But he was flexible enough to get that arch and get on the
tippy-toe arch and boom, like, y'all.
It hits you, and you're just like, oh, okay. So it looked perfect because he wasn't a small guy. He's 250, and he's over here picking you up and hitting this move with grace.
And his entrance song was cold.
Yeah, oh yeah. So you had him. I feel like within wrestling right now, everybody's finisher has to be something dangerous. Let's be honest. The Stone Cold Steve Austin's finisher is a jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker. Yes, they do that all day.
Yeah, it's a jawbreaker. It's just you fall on your knees and then you sail. And Hogan's move is a leg drop, and you just sail because he takes the brunt. His ass takes the bump. His ass takes the bump. You just gotta sail. And
I remember my first leg drop on a real mat. That shit hurt so bad.
I'm sure
that shit hurt. Obviously, I didn't know how to land off, but I jumped on and landed on my ass. It hurt so.
I'm sure it hurt. I'm going to always say that things like that, the art of professional wrestling is gone. A DDT doesn't finish a match, but Jake the Snake hits the DDT. It finished the match every time.
It finished the match every time. He just, he had that. Who else? A Raven. I like Raven's DDT. The even flow.
The even flow, all the Raven effect, whatever you called it.
Or the Raven effect.
Whatever name he had it, depending on where he worked at, it was art. He hit a good snap. It's all about delivery and sale.
Yeah.
I feel like that is a lost art in professional wrestling. I understand everything changes with the times, and I love wrestling.
I'm a Raven fan too. That's crazy.
Right? I loved Raven because he came out to one of my favorite songs, which was "Come Out and Play" by The Offspring in ECW. That's another thing. Licensed music became a thing on the main stage in ECW. Granted, in the territory days when wrestling wasn't on television, everyone had licensed music. Jerry Lawler, licensed music. Bill Dundee, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, one of my favorite guys as well from that era. When they were all in USWA, everyone had licensed music. There was nobody in the background making songs. I do think Jim Johnston and Jimmy Hart were great songwriters. Because they came out with good. Sexy Boy is still a hit, and Jimmy Hart made that a long time ago.
I'm still a sexy boy. Sexy boy.
Everybody forgets it's Sean rapping, but the singing is Jimmy.
But the singing is Jimmy, yeah.
Hey man,
that was good. That's such a good song.
It is.
Anyway,
I would say getting dressed, if I'm getting dressed up, two songs I listen to: Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy and Rick Rude's, and you need to listen to it. Rick Rude's WCW theme, Simply Ravishing, was amazing.
Ravishing Rick Rude.
It is before your time because the song came out in like 92.
Damn.
But
I think it might have been on Attitude. I might have to go listen to it, man.
You can go listen to it. You can go listen to it. You just mute your mic and then tell me what you think, brother. WCW, man. It's a good one. If you guys haven't heard that, it's a great.
Yeah, we'll do it off stream, man. I'm gonna do it off stream. Yeah. What is it, like a minute? You was about to off my own.
No, we good. I'm not really doing anything. The children are playing games on the Lumina, so the Luna, the Amazon Luna. So They're old.
Is there a song by Jimmy Papa?
I don't know who made the song.
Is it 5 minutes long?
What, Simply Ravishing? Probably. Yeah.
I can just tell this is a banger already.
That's it.
Yeah, I can tell that's a banger already. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna put it in. Look, so we can both talk and I can listen to it.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Because Rude, and that was WCW. Rude was booked better in WCW than he was in the WWF.
Yeah, I never heard this song. Yeah, I never heard this one before. Dog, hey, this is an old WCW album that I don't have. Man, look at Sting. Sting had a blonde box cut, boy.
Yeah, that's old Surfer Sting. He had the blonde box cut with the rat tail at the back.
Man, wrestling was so great. I wish I was born in the 70s.
For what? So you could wrestle in the 80s?
So I could, 90s? So I could wrestle in the 90s, man. That would be dope. We can watch the 70s, watch the 80s, wrestle in the 90s. That would have been peak.
True. I think you would have learned. I think the territory days where everybody kept wrestling close and people thought wrestling was real made wrestling different. And even then, even when Vince was saying wrestling was fake, there were still people that thought, yep, everything else is fake. But Stone Cold was real. He really hates fans.
He really hates that. Yeah.
You know, and that was the farthest thing from the truth, because whoever makes you the most money, if you the boss, you always love that person the most. And Austin made him the most money, so he loved him. You know, that's the legitimate thing. But hey, you know, I think
why you get dressed in the song. It's a banger.
It gets you together.
I can get together this, right? I might actually put this on my work playlist. It's gonna be on my get ready playlist.
It's my get ready playlist.
I only got 8 songs on my get ready playlist, because if it takes me longer than 36 minutes to get ready, I ain't going.
I ain't gonna lie. It depends on the day. I mean, sometimes the shower is 20 minutes, so 36 minutes.
You're right. Yeah, I feel it. I feel that.
If the song is hidden, if the playlist is hidden and the water's hidden, hey, it might be a little longer.
It might be a little longer, man. I got 36 minutes on my get ready playlist, and I almost got to the point where it's like, get out the door in 25 to 30 minutes, depending on where we're going.
If I'm in a rush, and it might be even longer if I got facial hair. If it's in the winter, I don't know. I don't know. It's some extra song. It's some extra songs in the winter.
In the winter, I might have to restart a couple songs, especially if it's cold outside and I'm still wet. I might actually put some songs on pause. But to be honest with you, sometimes I'll pause the song, I'll restart the song, you know.
No, yeah. I mean, I think
most of it's instrumentals and jazz anyway.
I mean, I listened to the Rick Rude song is it's on the playlist twice. So
this is going on there. I gotta put a Sexy Boy on there. I ain't never got really to that song. It sounds like some dope shit to get ready to.
I'm pretty sure your friend Mr. Peter Wesley, our AKA Blake, pretty sure he's gotten ready to that song in his lifetime.
Yeah, I'm about to put that on that because that's gonna be hot. Morgan already hates me with most of my wrestling music down here. Put wrestling, there's video game music on it too. Like she's already annoying.
I mean, sometimes Sephiroth's theme is on my get ready playlist.
Like Mark Henry's theme is on my get ready playlist.
It ain't on my get ready. Like it's on my gym playlist.
Yeah,
on my gym playlist. Yes.
Yeah, it's on both. It's on my get ready playlist, and it's on my, because I'll listen to that shit when I'm waking up. I'm like, whoa, man, somebody's gonna get their ass kicked. What? Anyway,
my alarm.
D'Lo Brown on it too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You asked me. Hey, D'Lo Brown's tough.
Hey, D'Lo's still in it. I think he still books. I think he as an agent on TNA. I think he still is. I know.
Really?
I know. If you ever get time, watch Dark Side of the Ring. It's already out. It's a 3-part series of TNA. It's really like the life of Jeff Jarrett, but it's a 3-part series of the rise and fall of Jeff Jarrett and TNA together. It's a very good thing about how he he didn't, but how he ended up with Kurt Angle's ex-wife and all the other stuff.
3 parts.
3 parts. Good series.
Damn, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. This was just released 6 days ago.
And well, it's a good one. It's a good one. And the next one is Samoa Joe versus Necro Butcher. So they're just discussing the match.
Who was this? Dark Side of the Ring, episode 7, Jeff Jarrett and Mick Foley, Hell in a Cell. Boy, What? Sounds great. Anyway, my bad.
Hey, Jeff Jarrett. I love me some Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett's from my USWA Louisville Garden days, so I love me some Jeff.
My only instance of seeing Jeff Jarrett ever was I don't remember which time it was, but he hit Kane with his guitar.
Yeah.
And Kane looked at him like he was crazy. Beat his ass. That was the only time I saw Jeff Jarrett ever. I've never really watched him wrestle. I know he just had a guitar. He was on the WWF Attitude Game, and he had a guitar. I could hit people with his guitar. That's about it. But
Jeff Jarrett did lose the Intercontinental Championship to China.
Then I did see him wrestle because I seen China as the Intercontinental Champion, which was wild to me because she was a girl.
Mm-hmm. And well, that was his last night. He told Vince that he needed $200,000 to take to put her over. So Vince gave him $200,000 because he was out of contract anyway. He wasn't on contract. He was like, look, if you want me to work, if you want me to put her over, you got to give me $200,000. And he's like, okay. You don't work. I mean, his contract was over. He couldn't make him do the match anyway.
He couldn't make him do it anyway, right?
So he gave him extra money so he could drop the title, give it to China. Then the next night he was in WCW and he became a WCW heavyweight champion not too long afterwards. And he joined the Silver NWA.
That's actually a good play. I gotta turn the lights on. It's getting dark. My phone just told me I got 15%.
Well, in that case, sir, we need to do some closing.
Charter. I just put it on charter. Got a little wireless charter.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good. Wrestling was a different breed, man. It was a different thing. Social media didn't ruin everything. With
Jim Cornette. That's who I like. I like listening to him talk.
I love Jim Cornette. He's, I am going to say this. Jim Cornette is the reason that I do this. He was the first podcast I listened to during COVID, and after COVID. Because, I had free time, only work 3 days a week. So I would listen to wrestling podcasts. And I was like, oh, wow. And him being a Louisvillian and him having, we have a lot of the same opinions, not all. I am 20 years younger than Jim Cornette. So my opinions are a little different.
So low in there.
But yeah, nice song, right?
I mean, hey, it is a banger.
Yeah, it's old. People didn't expect that. Like Sting's Too Cold Scorpio also had a banger, but in WC
Scorpio,
which is, I'm going to say this. So my favorite real, legitimate black wrestler, because The Rock isn't considered black in a lot of people's eyes because he's biracial. But my favorite black wrestler is Too Cold Scorpio. Not Booker T like most people. It is Too Cold Scorpio. I love Ron. I love Ron when he was serious. The goofiness of our it took it out of me. But
it's
Truth, I loved him when he was serious, when he was, but he was an angrier person then when he was younger. But I love that character.
I like that character. I did. I would watch him. I'm like, damn, that could be me, bro. He was out there mad and flipping on that, like he was doing the thing, But I never really paid much attention to him after he got serious. Then he cut his hair off, and I was like, okay, you doing the thing. I get what you do.
He did the thing, cut his hair off.
He's going bald,
and he's going bald, and he didn't want to just have the strange razor cuts. And
you see me, bro. I got my shit wrapped up, bro. I don't want to go bald.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, brother.
I'm trying to preserve my hair. My hairline receding too. I don't like it.
No, it's time to go to Turkey.
I ain't going to Turkey. I'm gonna shave the shit before I do all that.
Hey, what's wrong with going? That's a trip and a surgery.
That is a trip.
Hey, family, we going on vacation. Where are you at? I'm gonna be somewhere else for like 2 hours.
You gotta be back. Don't worry about me. I'm just gonna fix my head.
Mm-hmm. I'll be back, and there you go. Brand new hairline, right above your eyelids.
Right where it's supposed to be. My dog. This is my bull. Anyway, when you gonna talk about it?
Everybody gets older. It's part of life.
My scholars.
Well, why do you wear hats if you have dreads?
Because they look like shit.
Why don't you just get them retwisted?
Yeah, it takes 6 hours and $200.
You need to put Morgan on.
It's about time, bro. I'm probably about to. You know what I'm saying? It depends. I might lop them off.
You ain't gonna.
I might not. I gotta dye them all different colors like Jeff Hardy at least one time before I cut them off or something.
Then you gotta do the Jeff Hardy juke in front of Jeff Hardy.
I gotta have a rainbow head dreads one time before I cut them off, man.
Did you
rainbow head warrior? As soon as you said who's your favorite wrestler outside of Jeff Hardy, I was
I
like,
said,
shit.
I mean, you did break you when you were a child. You did Swanton in my bed. I knew who your favorite wrestler was.
That was insane. That was
So
insane.
that wasn't a question, but that's the reason I said outside of Jeff Hardy. Like when people ask me, I was like, it's easy because I've stated since Hogan passed away, I will only wear Hulk Hogan shirts to wrestling events, which is fine,
I respect the fuck out of that. That's
So
dope.
because that's my favorite wrestler. So no matter, and I do have other wrestling shirts because I wear other wrestling shirts. But if I'm going to a wrestling event, I'm letting you know my favorite wrestler is Hulk Hogan. The last time I went to OVW, I got so many like dirty looks from, and it was nobody black that gave me a dirty look. It was all Caucasian people because I wore this shirt. So it says Hogan, but you have to know you have to know because it has a skull with gold teeth. Like you don't think that's, but it is a Hogan shirt. But but you don't know unless you come up and you see. And are you familiar with the wrestling shirts? And and I got the Caucasian people were kind of upset giving me a dirty look. But I always said, I said, ain't nobody gonna run up, so I don't care. You can look at me all you want.
That part. That part.
And if you got a question, I'll answer it, brother. My favorite wrestler is Hogan. Terry Gene Bollea was a racist. Hulk Hogan was a character.
Yo, Hogan really did, man. He made you want to eat your vitamins and eat your Wheaties, man. Hogan wanted
your vitamins were steroids, and I'm for steroids, brother. If you don't want to say,
for those.
I like games, brother. You don't got to live forever. You just got to live once.
I like that. You ain't got to live forever. You just got to live once, man. You just got to live once.
There's a lot of people that exist, but not that many people that live.
There's a lot of people that exist, but not that many people that live. That's true. I want to be immortal.
Like Hollywood, Hulk Hogan.
Gains, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gear is not a bad thing. It's just
not bad. I'm over in this thinking, like, damn, bro. I could have been. I would be huge if I never stopped working out. Well, I probably wouldn't have got huge. I probably honestly would have went more into the strength training. That's really what I like. Yeah. I like watching the not necessarily the huge dudes, but like the kids that have a good body, they can just bust out 100 pull-ups and pull out a couple muscle-ups, and then like, I was into that, or do like yoga and shit. Like I would have probably been more in that. I would have been, but fitness, man, we gotta get back into it.
Yes.
Keep up. If I keep up with this and you found a gym, bro, you gotta let me know where you go.
I'm probably gonna go back to where we used to go, which is the 2nd Street Y.
Oh.
But that'll be, like I said, I'm going to do some MMA fighting and some training before I get back into that and lose some weight and get smaller, because the weight I am now is, 240, 250. There's a lot of people that are like 6 feet tall and way too tall for me to get in.
Way too tall. Hey, you do MMA fighting? You do like jiu-jitsu training? You go to a fight gym?
No, I just started just doing the yoga and doing the drills for Muay Thai.
Okay.
So no, eventually I will go to a Muay Thai drill, but I want to get into more better cardiovascular condition before I get into.
Do they have Muay Thai gyms in Louisville? My bad, I'm getting way off.
Yes, they do. There's one or two.
I want to get into a Muay Thai gym. If there's some fighting I would want to take. I took Shotokan before. I don't want to do jiu-jitsu. I don't want to do wrestling. Those are all valid skills to learn. That's where all things get to in a street fight. But when I've watched fighting, I like Muay Thai.
Hey, that's the only time. I know. I don't know if you know, but Roku has a fighting channel, and Muay Thai comes on most of it. So I watch that a lot.
Man, there's a character in the Tekken game that does Muay Thai, and he came out in November. And I watched a lot of Muay Thai on YouTube, and obviously Rod Tang because he's all over the fucking place, but. Watch a lot of his shit. But I've been, because I play a lot of Tekken, I love Muay Thai. Like just watching the fight, watching they got like in the whole thing, like Muay brand, the whole like thing behind it, like hey, Muay Thai is good. I want to
Who got you into Muay Thai?
No, crazy enough, dude. Okay, we'll go back to Street Fighter. I liked Adon more than Sagat.
Sagat, okay, I can see it. I
I was a kid. I was more of a Don fan over Sagat. So once he stopped coming in alpha, it was just like Sagat's cool. I fuck with Sagat. Sagat's tough. His whole rivalry, but no. Bruce and Tekken is what got me into Muay Thai.
I can see it.
And then I watched Ong Bak, and then Tony Jaa, and then the Protector, and I was started looking at that, and I was like, bro, you're working on Muay Thai. I never really found a Thai boxing gym anyway. I found a Thai boxing, or kickboxing, excuse me. And I was like, I don't want to do American kickboxing. I want to do Muay Thai.
No, well, I don't want to poop on American kickboxing, but it's not the it's an inferior sport.
Yeah, it's not the right. It's straight up. It's if you're gonna do kickboxing, just fucking do boxing and learn how to kick somebody.
I mean, there's no even reason. I mean, a good boxer can beat a good kickboxer. Yes, they don't have as many skills, but most good boxers can get in and punch you in the face.
Yeah, get in and punch you in the face, and that's about it.
I mean, I love
Muay Thai. Muay Thai is just so it's a good fighting style. Any style where it uses every aspect of I mean, all martial arts do, but using elbows, punches, clinches. When I studied Shotokan, we didn't study a lot of clinches, and I always thought it was weird because I'm like, bro, everybody want to clinch somebody. Somebody grabs you, to get away and strike. But judo is where that will come in. But you find a Muay Thai gym, bro. I'm gonna go with you the same day.
No, well, I will let you know because, like I said, it'll be a couple months. We got some things I got to take care of first.
I mean, then you start doing cardio.
That's the thing. That's the reason I'm going to get smaller. There's a treadmill in the living room, and it's going to get used more than ever for the month and a half.
I got a desk treadmill. I'm gonna start using it. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Hey, that's something you never stop using. That should be like for me. Like I like to do cardio when I first wake up in the morning. Turn on some wrestling and watch it on the television and just walk. I'll run, I'll jog, whatever.
But I didn't have to be at work till 10. That's what I would do. Well, I wouldn't turn on wrestling. I would get up, I would do my pull-ups, and then I would hop out on my desk treadmill and just watch my Twitch recaps from the night before or YouTube videos for about 30 to 45 minutes. Get my heart rate up, then go get a shower.
We're live on Twitch right now, sir.
Really?
Yes. But
what's your Twitch name?
Road Breaker Wrestling Podcast. I haven't promoted to Twitch. It's only been a little while, so I don't have any followers or anything like that. But we're here. We are here.
My Twitch. Yeah, we over here. Look, see, look at that. Hey. I'm in the Twitch chat.
Yeah. Hey, I see you.
Yeah, I hit you with a fly.
It tells me that you're there, bro. It tells me that you're there.
No Twitch delay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We had to bring that up,
But yeah, I haven't. Oh, yeah, there you go. I have not really been promoting that, just for the simple fact that the other brothers, Mr. Shahid and Mr. Peter, have been busy living their best lives.
You like that?
Promoting Shahid's promoting shows, Peter is performing and being a family man. So, I get it. My children are annoyed that I am on a podcast, but that's fine. They're old.
Soon enough, they'll be pissed too.
Well, they're just pissed, but they're old enough. And that's okay with me. But I probably do need to close it out. But I would like to say, man, thank you. It's good to see you. You're always welcome to show up and show out here.
Oh, absolutely. It's great being here.
Yep. And to all you people watching, and if you're watching the future, that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. And it's just too damn sweet. Peace out, humanoid.